What is going on, guys? It's Klaus, and thank you so much for tuning in to today's Town Hall 8 upgrade priority list and guide. Now, Town Hall 8 went through a lot of changes, as did every other Town Hall over the course of all the updates coming out from Supercell, and so I've decided to update all of my Town Hall level upgrade priority lists. And I started with Town Hall 6. No, I started with Town Hall 5, and now I'm on Town Hall 8. Now, I don't have a Town Hall 8 base, but I do have a Town Hall 9. So we're going to be using my Town Hall 9 base to represent the guide and what you should be upgrading first. Now, there's two things you need to remember before you move on to the new Town Hall. The first thing is make sure your base is maxed out. That includes all the walls, that includes all the defenses, that includes your heroes, which means your king to level 5 because you're coming from Town Hall 7. That is all very, very important, because if you do what they call rushing, then you're upgrading your Town Hall before everything else is maxed out. Then all of a sudden you become a major hindrance in war, and also in matchmaking you're going to have a hard time getting loot. The second thing you need to make sure you've done is max out all of your troop upgrades in the laboratory. The laboratory is important. It should be the first thing you do, and it should never be sitting there idle. It should always be going, because the laboratory is just... It makes you a force to be reckoned with. So always have that laboratory running and make sure you are done with it before you go to Town Hall 8. Okay, guys, so let's assume you have 3 builders. It's going to take a long time. You should have 4 once you go to Town Hall 8. Trophy push up to Crystal League or Masters League, and you're guaranteed to get a whole bunch of gems that you can buy your next builder. But assuming you have 3, the first thing you always do ever is you grab that laboratory and you upgrade it to level 6. The laboratory can be upgraded while a research project is being done. So if you had one left, you can start that research project, hogs to level 2, and then you can upgrade your laboratory and start that process. But make sure you upgrade it first. It is always going to be top priority for every Town Hall. And also, never let it sit idle. Keep that thing working, keep that thing researching, keep the scientists that are inside of that thing working, and don't let them rest. Once that laboratory is done with this builder number 1, which we've called Bob throughout the entire series, he is going to upgrade the clan castle next. And the clan castle at this level is very important. The extra troop is just extra 5 spaces is absolutely essential on both offense and defense, and I highly recommend it. You can hold 25 troop spaces, I believe, as a Town Hall 8 with a max clan castle. Very, very important, and should always be prioritized directly after your clan castle. But there's a few other things that are a bit more important than that. The second builder is going to be known as our Dark Elixir builder. Whenever you go to Town Hall 8, you are given a second Dark Elixir drill. And they will be level 1, obviously, whenever you start. And it's recommended that you get this drill to level 3 as quickly as possible. Town Hall 8 is real heavy on Dark Elixir, especially in the laboratory. That's why so many people rush to Town Hall 9, because they don't have the patience to farm Dark Elixir to max out their Town Hall 8. So get this Dark Elixir drill maxed out as soon as possible, and also your Dark Elixir storage gets 2 new levels as well. Increasing the capacity of your storage is very important, because your King upgrades are going to get more expensive. Your Hog upgrades, your Valkyrie upgrades, your Golem upgrades, which are 2 troops that you unlock at Town Hall 8, become very expensive in the laboratory. So what you need to do, you need to upgrade your drill and your storage first. Do them in whatever order. I suggest the drill first, because it is kind of like free loot, basically. Every time you log in, you collect your mines and collectors, the loot that they've accumulated. Well, this drill works the same way, so be sure and upgrade this one. It's your second one to level 3. Once you get it to level 3, you're done with it, and then the storage as well. And then for the third storage, we're going to be working on defenses and such. I went ahead and threw in the 4th builder, because really you should have your 4th builder. So let's assume you've got number 3, number 4. If you don't have number 4, make that a priority. Get a gift card, buy the gems, whatever you need to do, and then get that 4th builder. It's very, very important. So whenever you go to any new Town Hall, you get new buildings and you get new walls. So I would say that the walls are going to be your priority absolutely first, because you've got to have them in order to build your new base design. A lot of other things are necessary as well. The new Archer Tower. Now, the Archer Tower is a very important defense. I think I went the wrong way. Yeah, I did. Yeah, the new Archer Tower. The Archer Towers are very, very important. They defend well against both ground and air, useful against heroes and such. And then the second most important new defense you're going to get is the air defense. The air defense defends against your dragons and such, which are all very, very important at Town Hall 8. A lot of people still insist on using dragons, even though they're not very good. That's just my opinion of the thing. Take it from a war player, dragons are not very good. You need to be moving on to different armies, but we'll talk about that later. But the Archer Tower, the air defense, you also get a brand new gold and elixir storage. So let's throw those down as well, because they'll be level 1, they'll take like 12 seconds to upgrade or something like that, and then you have them, and that extra storage space is going to be very, very valuable. So you'll be upgrading those as soon as possible, but first you want to build all of your new buildings. The two last defenses that you get as like the last new defenses are the Wizard Tower and the Mortar. Now, of course, these will be level 1 as well. They need to be upgraded to Town Hall 8 standards soon, but those aren't the only new buildings. You also have the Dark Barracks and the Dark Spell Factory. So let's throw in the Dark Barracks now, and I'll move over my screen for you. The Dark Barracks, the second one, is going to be going to level 2 as soon as possible to unlock the Hogs, and we'll talk about what else is coming after that. We've already mentioned it, but that needs to be done as well. Not necessarily important for base design and such, but always a good idea to have every new building built in order to build your new design. And after that is the Dark Spell Factory. I believe it's way back here. And at first, whenever you put it in, it's going to unlock the Poison spell. Upgrading it to level 2 will unlock the Earthquake spell. Recommend you do those both as soon as you can. Both are real elixir heavy, so make sure and prepare accordingly. Also, side note guys, anytime you go to a new Town Hall level, you need to make sure that you have full storages. You've got a full treasury maybe, you've got full collectors and mines. That way you've got tons of loot that you can spend on day 1, because day 1 is very heavy on the resources. It's gonna be huge. All of these new buildings should be built, including the walls, on day 1. Now that you've gotten this built, so you've got all the new buildings built, you can start upgrading them to Town Hall 8 standards. Talking mostly about those defenses, the air defense probably being your #1 priority. And it's just a big deal to have a good base design at Town Hall 8. Town Hall 7, maybe not so much, but now that you're at Town Hall 8, things get a lot bigger, they're getting a lot more complex, and having a good base design is very important. So, if you guys want a new Town Hall 8 farming base design, please let me know in the comments below. As well as, while I'm thinking about it, the laboratory. There's a lot of stuff you need to upgrade in the laboratory before you even think about Town Hall 9. So if you want a new research guide on that, let me know also in the comments. I have cleared out the defenses and stuff because not only do you get new defenses, you get new resource buildings, you get new barracks and spell factory, you also get some new traps. And these new traps are absolutely crazy essential for the success of your defense in war and also in multiplayer. So you get 2 spring traps, which will actually get their first upgrades later on in this video. Also, you get a new giant bomb, which counts, I believe, to 3. So you can have like a double giant bomb, or you can have 3 giant bombs spread around the core of the base, making it very dangerous for hogs or anybody to come near. You've also got 2 new air bombs, which are great against balloons and minions and such. And then a new Seeking Air Mine, guys. And the Seeking Air Mine is brutal on those dragons or those healers. It just completely obliterates them, and that's what you want, right, on defense. And then a new trap. It's called the Skeleton Trap, guys, and I think it went the wrong way. I did. Okay, so the Skeleton Trap is cool because anytime someone comes in within the radius, the skeletons pop out and they just go to town. They start hammering and destroying whatever is in the way. They've got an air and a ground setting. You can tell these are on ground because they show a skeleton on their face, or if you click air, it turns into a bat wing or a bat. And that means if like a balloon or something flies over it, they'll come to life, they'll start flying and start attacking those balloons. And I've seen raids go terribly wrong because of a skeleton trap set on air and no air targeting troops in the opponent's army. So super, super effective. And then the last, and perhaps the most important trap that you can put in, if you want to call it a trap, are the hidden Teslas. Yes, you have already, I believe, 2 hidden Teslas, but now you've got 3. Let me double check that. Yes, you have 3 now, and all of them need to go to level 6. You had them at level 3, now you gotta take them all to level 6. We'll talk about that a little more later, but this one, the third one, needs to go to level 3 as soon as you can afford it. Now, they're very expensive upgrades, but trust me, it's completely worth it. So that is that's the main thing, including all the, for these these 3rd and 4th builders huts, all the new buildings need to be built. Grab a good base design online, or build one yourself, or ask a clanmate for help, and then you're ready for stage 2 of this upgrade guide. Okay, so your new buildings are done, and you're ready to start upgrading stuff to Town Hall 9 standards. And obviously the first thing you need to do is your air defenses. Sorry, my notes are over there. I just gotta make sure I'm not telling you something wrong. The air defenses, guys. Now you have 4 air defenses, and they are crazy important for your base. So what I want you to do is I want you to grab your air defenses, and I want you to upgrade them one at a time with your first builder, whom we have named Bob. Bob is dedicated to these air defenses. They're long upgrades and they're very important, but if you upgrade more than one at a time, you're gonna get dominated in multiplayer. So make sure that you do these one at a time and back to back as quickly as possible. That way you're more able to defend yourself in any kind of war situation or in a serious attack in multiplayer. Your second builder is going to take care of the hidden Teslas, and there's a reason for this. The hidden Teslas are going to take 3 new upgrades apiece. That means that the first one is going to have to go from level 3 to level 4, 5, and 6, and then you've got to take the second Tesla from level 3 to level 4, 5, and 6, and then your third from level 3 to 4, 5, and 6. Altogether, guys, these upgrades are going to take a long time to do. So your second builder, let's call him Steve. Steve is going to take care of all of your hidden Teslas, and it's probably going to take him a very long time. It's likely that Bob doing the air defenses will finish before Steve ever gets done. So that is definitely your second priority, simply because of how long it takes to do. Otherwise, you'll be sitting there waiting on Teslas forever while everything else is done. Now, the next order of business is you've got some important splash damage buildings that you need to upgrade. These include your 4 mortars that you've got, and oh, that's that's ugly. There we go. We've got 4 mortars, and we've got 3 wizard towers. Now, I don't recommend you ever upgrade 2 wizard towers at the same time, or 2 mortars at the same time, so devote builders 3 and 4 to them. Kind of all, come on buddy, there we go. Kind of devote number 3 to mortars and number 4 to wizard towers, and work your way down. Now these upgrades will be much quicker than your Teslas or likely your air defenses, so the next builders that should come available will likely be either number 3 or number 4, and then you have the fun job of upgrading your barracks. The barracks are important because now you're upgrading them to level 10. You have all 4 of them, and I'm just gonna move this guy over so you can tell what's going on, and I'm off. No, I'm off. No, okay, we're good. We're good. So the 4th builder is likely gonna jump straight in and do the barracks. Now, they're unlocking the P.E.K.K.A., which is overrated and stupid and slow and fat and terrible. So I don't use P.E.K.K.A. for anything. I know Go Wipe's important to some people, but not to a serious war player. So if you're really serious about war, forget P.E.K.K.A.s even exist. Just unlock this barrack because it's gonna unlock more queue space for your barracks, and so that you can do more at a time. It's more or less an OCD type situation. At this point, you don't even have to upgrade them at all. But once you go to Town Hall 9, you'll have another upgrade, and you're going to unlock the baby dragon, which is worth upgrading. So you might as well do these right now. Get them all to level 10 using your 4th barrack. Let's call him Fred. Fred's the 4th builder, and he's going to unlock First, he's going to finish the wizard towers. He's a hard worker. Finish all these wizard towers and go straight into all the barracks and do them one at a time. That way you're not hindered offensively while this is taking place. So once all those are done, you're likely still not done with hidden Teslas. So I've adjusted the builders and I've adjusted the Teslas to open up any builder to any Tesla. You can do multiple at a time if you want to. We've got multiple buildings that still need upgrades. One of those is the cannon. You've got 4 of these, and they probably need to be done fairly soon, just because they're very effective against the likes of the king and other heroes and heavy troops like that. And then the second is the archer tower, which is a great defender against the against things like the dragons and such, but also the archer queen and the king. And it's just a good idea. The queen will only be attacking you, obviously, if you're being attacked by Town Hall 9. So that's why the archer tower really isn't super you know, important as a Town Hall 8, but all of them are important. So there are the last defenses, and of course we don't want to forget the sweeper. So where is that baby at? Where is our sweeper? There she is, or he is, right there. So we're going to be doing our cannons, our arch towers, and our sweepers. You can do them however you want. Just make sure you prioritize Teslas at this point after you finish the last group. And finally, guys, the Dark Barracks. There's 2 of them, and they both have 2 upgrades. It's going to unlock the Valkyries and the Golems. Very important armies against anybody in war as a Town Hall 8. Go Vaho, probably the best army to use in war for a Town Hall 8. So upgrade these as well once your standard barracks are done, and then do them one at a time. Don't do them both at a time, because you need to have available dark troops. That is probably probably actually more important than I've given its priority, but because everything is so involved and so important for a Town Hall 8, this is where they ended up. You can do them whenever you want to. This is just a guide to understand what's going to happen. The first upgrade from Dark Barracks level 2 to Dark Barracks level 3 will unlock your Valkyries, and then the next upgrade to level 4 will unlock your Golems. And really, all those need to be upgraded, and then the Laboratory has an upgrade for both the Valkyries and the Golem as well, taking them to level 2, which I would say is extremely important. Maybe the most important upgrades for Town Hall 8, other than the Hogs. I'm talking about in the Laboratory. And then the last upgrades as far as buildings are concerned, before we even talk about traps, is the Collectors and the Mines. The Collectors and the Mines all 6 of them, get 1 upgrade a piece. So you're going from, I believe, level 10 to level 11. This should be done near the end. I mean, you're already getting enough loot as it is. And just something to keep in mind, something you don't want to forget doing. Now, I've removed everything because I needed space, but the truth is you need to be doing your walls pretty much throughout your entire Town Hall 8 career. Get them to level 8 as soon as you can with your excess gold. You have to use gold for Town Hall 8 level 8 walls, and then the beauty of it is once you go into level 9 walls, you can use Elixir or gold depending on what you have and what you need. And in this page that I've set up here, I think that was off. I think that's still off. There we go. That looks good. The last thing we're going to talk about is the traps. We have 6 bombs, guys. These traps are all, I'm not going to put all 6. I'm just going to put 1 down. You have 6 bombs that all get a level upgrade. You also get 6 spring traps that all are going to get a level upgrade. So they go from springing, I believe, 15 spaces up to 16, which is useful against Valkyries as a Town Hall 8. And then lastly, your giant bombs are going to get a new upgrade. And that's useful because as a Town Hall 8, what are we doing here? There we go. That is ugly. Get rid of that. There we go. The giant bombs get a new upgrade, and immediately they become much more deadly because they have I believe it's twice damage against hogs. Very, very useful. Now, do you remember us talking about those hidden Teslas? Well, I forgot to mention that they do twice damage to P.E.K.K.A., which is a very common and terrible war attack, the Go Wipe. So upgrade your Teslas quickly and you'll be able to defend a Go Wipe even better. It's rarely a 3-star attack strategy, and it definitely won't be as long as you max out your Teslas. Now, I know some of you are probably thinking, wait a minute, you never mentioned a few buildings. Well, this is what this section of the video is for, guys. The army camps are one of the only buildings in Town Hall 8 that don't get touched. You don't have to worry about upgrading them. You don't have to worry about building a new one. They're completely done before you even went to Town Hall 8. So you can put those in the back corner of your progress base, and you're done with that, as well as your previous Dark Elixir drills. Actually, I'll put them down for you. So once you get the Dark Elixir drills to level 3, the new one, the old one has nothing. You're done. Level 3 Dark Elixir drill is done, so that's awesome. Also, your golden elixir storages, once you have maxed them out to level 11, no, I think it's 10. No, it's 11. So once you've maxed out them to level 11, you're done with that as well. So the previous ones, no, it's got to be level 10. Yep, it's level 11, just had to double check. So the golden elixir storages go to level 11 very early on, and the previous ones that you had before don't get touched. So those are done as well. Your spell factory is probably the most surprising a building that you have nothing to do with. You don't have to upgrade that thing one time in Town Hall 8, which is a huge relief because upgrading your spell factor is always a pain in the rear. So that one's done, and then several traps are done as well. Your air bombs and your seeking air mines don't get, your seeking air mine doesn't get a level, and then your air bombs are done as well. So that's just a small group of buildings that really you don't have to touch once you've built the new ones and got them to Town Hall 8 level, or like in the event of the army camp, that you don't even get a new one. So just wanted to make sure y'all aren't going, whoa, what's going on your checklist once you realize I haven't mentioned any of these buildings. And lastly, guys, the Barbarian King. The Barbarian King goes from level 5 to level 10 as a Town Hall 8. That is actually a very small worry for you because the Dark Elixir upgrades in the laboratory are probably going to be more expensive. I don't remember exactly, but you need to make sure that you're upgrading your Barbarian King when you have the Dark Elixir. Remember, the laboratory is your priority. Make sure it's working, but get your Barbarian King level 10. Don't go to Town Hall 9 without your level 10 King, otherwise you're going to majorly struggle to get your Queen started and her upgraded, which comes at Town Hall 9. So, that is something that I didn't want to leave unsaid. The Barbarian King is a huge priority, and it needs to be done with all the Dark Elixir that you get until you max them out at level 10, and then upgrade your stuff in the laboratory. Now, if you're like me, you farmed like crazy, you could maybe do them both at the same time. That is definitely a possibility. Once you've done everything, once everything is maxed out, then you're ready to go to Town Hall 9, which I've got here. And guys, it is an amazing journey, but make sure that you have maxed out every single storage that you've got before you go. It would be bad if you didn't. I'm just warning you right now that it's very difficult to go anywhere outside of Town Hall 8 unless you've got full storages first. But don't want to scare you. Town Hall 9 is awesome. Town Hall 8 is fun too. Spend your time at Town Hall 8. Learn funneling. Learn attack strategies other than Go Wipe and other than Mass Dragon. Try not to even use dragons as a Town Hall 8. Every single Town Hall 8 base can be defeated by a Go-Ho or a Gova-Ho or a Gova-Lo if you want to use balloons instead with another Town Hall 8. It's very doable and it's a great attack strategy, or those attack strategies are great for learning. So that's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't joined the Klaus family. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below. I'll be around, and I'm sure some smart people will be as well. And I look forward to seeing y'all again next time with my Town Hall 9 upgrade priority list. Love you guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.